Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to STEM NOLA, STEM at Home. Once again, I'm very happy and excited to be here. This is now with the second week in April. We've now been doing this one complete year. Pretty much every week for the last 52 weeks, we've been coming directly into your home, bringing you STEM lessons. And guess what? I had a big conversation today and looked like we're going to receive funding to keep this going. Post-COVID, when COVID hit, we had to pivot. And we had to start doing things virtually. People are getting their vaccine shots now. You saw me with my mask on because we don't have herd immunity yet. It's still important for us to practice mitigation, which is social distancing, wear your mask, wash your hands, so we can, expedite this recovery and get to where we need to be. I want to go outside this summer. So last March, when COVID shut everything down, second week in April, we pivoted and we started doing STEM at home. And over the last year, we've engaged over 17,000 K-12 students in 47 states and 5 countries. My name is Dr. Kelvin Mack, and we founded STEM NOLA 7 years ago. And in 7 years, we've engaged 65,000 K-12 students, 17,000 families, and over 1,500 college students and STEM professionals. And what I'm happy about is that we put over $1 million in the hands of college students as college interns. So today is a special day because we have a lot of people here today. So I'm not going to take a whole lot of time running my mouth because they're going to have to do their thing. So I want to free up enough time so they can do what they do, and you get to innovating, making, and creating, and I believe y'all going to make an edible eye today. The topic is the sense science. That's right. Look, I'm an engineer, so I think the topic should be the science of sense. Like your senses. But they'll tell you more. We got an amazing young college student from Dillard to tell you that. We got a medical doctor to come in and do some demonstrations with you. And we have one of my former college summer interns who's now, got a big title and big degrees. She's going to talk to you. So we're looking forward to that. Parents, in short, in the 21st century, your kids are going to have only 3 options in the 21st century. Either they're going to take something, break something, and or make something. And if we don't give them the education and the skills and the inspiration to make something, like make a living, make a life, make a difference, it's only going to leave them with the 2 options that they see on the news every night, and that's to take a break. And we don't want that for any of our children. Simply, we're either training ourselves from the neck up or we're training ourselves from the neck down. If you're training yourself from the neck down, your competition in the 21st century will be the automatic machine. Right now, you see, as technology is taking over the world and infusing every industry you can imagine. I was just on the phone with people, and they was talking about ag tech, how technology is changing farming, med tech, how technology is changing the medical industry. I'm talking to my buddy who's in accounting, and he's talking about the bots and the robots and the things that they are creating where technology is even impacting the accounting industry. But parents, if you're training your kid from the neck down, their competition is the automatic machine. And what I have before me is an automatic machine, a humanoid. A humanoid is a robot that tries to behave like a human. This is Alpha. Alpha has servers and can perform the motions that we perform as adults. Alpha can do push-ups. Alpha can even show off like you. I've been riding my Peloton, so like me, Alpha takes her time getting up. And if you think you're going to go into the entertainment industry, Alpha said, I got something for you. Get it, Alpha? This is technology. This is coding. This is programming. This is hardware. And we program Alpha to do all these amazing moves. So if we can do this with this humanoid, there are now life-size humanoids that can behave the same way. Alpha can even twerk. And if that ain't enough, Alpha gonna hit that split. Just going all for the people. All right, Alpha, I'm tired of you now. Embarrassing me. Give it up for Alpha. That's what I'm talking about, right? That's your competition in the 21st century. The man and woman that outthinks you rules you. The man and woman who controls the diameter of your learning controls the circumference of your action. So parents, you want to inspire your kids and make sure they get all the education they need such that the diameter of their learning do not constrain the possibilities of their future. This is the competition in the 21st century. This robot is built by UB Tech Robotics. And 2 years ago at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, they revealed a life-size humanoid called Walker, and you can Google it. The robot is about 5'6", and they imagine in the next 10 years, all of us will have personal robots as personal servants. Technology will impact our life. If you're training your kid from the neck down, this is their competition and they cannot win. If you're training your kid from the neck up, they'll be prepared for the 21st century and they'll control the robots. The robots won't control them. You got it? That's the why. That's why we're here. And we're going to go into the topic of the day, which is biology. And like I said, we're going to talk about the science of sense. But before then, I want to highlight some of the students who sent in pictures. Send in your pictures to webinar@stemnola.com. We didn't get any pictures, so now I'm really upset. Send me some pictures at webinar. I'm gonna stop right now. Take a picture of me on your screen. At least send me a picture of me. All right, how about that? Webinar@stemnola.com. Say, this is Dr. Mackey acting a donkey. All right, there we go. So next up, I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Melvina Martin, Scientific Director, Associate Project Manager in Education and Community Outreach Program. Well, she's a Scientific Director and an Associate Project Manager in Education and a Community Outreach Program at Oxnard Health Systems. I was a professor. I used to be a professor at Tulane University, and we had a summer camp. And I remember when Dr. Martin came down, she was majoring in biology at Grambling State University, and we admitted her into one of our summer programs, and she came down and did a summer program with us. After she left Grambling, she went and got an MS in cellular and molecular biology and PhD in environmental biology from Tulane University. So you see, I'm happy to say one of my former students have done really, really well. And we are happy that Oxnard is one of our great supporters. Dr. Melvina Martin, thank you for being here. Dr. Martin.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Mackey, for having me and for STEM NOLA to have me. I, of course, was thrilled when I heard that I was going to be speaking today with STEM NOLA. And of course, I've been following Dr. Mackey for years, and I've been knowing him for a very long time, but we won't get into that because I'm a young woman. So my name is Dr. Melvina Martin, and I am the new scientific lead with the Office of Education and Outreach at Oxnard Health System. And as always, Oxnard is happy to partner with STEM NOLA here in New Orleans. So first and foremost, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. So I am originally from Mississippi, Oxford Ole Miss area, and I attended, as Dr. Mackey alluded to, Grambling State University in biology. And so today's activity, from what I understand, we're talking about is biology. I love biology. I love anything you're talking about, especially with living organisms. So I've always been curious. And so when I say curious, it's like I've always asked questions. My father, who's a contractor, would take me out with him and he would, let me run around. And of course I would be all in the dirt and playing with frogs and everything, because again, I'm a scientist. So I was a scientist then, I just didn't know it. And he would be like, Melvina, do not play with the frogs. They're going to, create warts. And I was like, no, they're not. That's a myth, because this is not, because I had been reading. And so this for me has always been to have knowledge. And I know that not only Oxnard, but also STEM NOLA is making sure that you have knowledge that you need to live a good life. And so just from that experience, and then also another experience I had in middle school and high school was to go to a scientific conference. Now, here I am, high school student, going to a scientific conference in Memphis, Tennessee. And of course, I have no clue what's going on the posters or some of the exhibits, but all I know is that I'm loving every piece of it, everything. people talking to me about various components of biology, our genetics and DNA, life, how different signalings are happening. And I am eating it up. My favorite part, of course, is the little squishy toys that they would have. And so, of course, I got like several of those. And so that just made me know that when I went to Grambling State University and majored in biology, that was what I wanted to do. And at Grambling, I had so much support and love from my biology teachers that I was in a program called LS LAMP. And it's a program in Grambling and other institutions that help you in biology. And so they help you with books and money. And so that's something I really want to preface it to you, is that if you go into STEM sciences, or you're just talking about STEM period, is that you can go to school, undergraduate, graduate school, advanced degrees for free. And I do not have loans. So of course, right now, everyone is talking about loans and whatnot. And I do not. I have a terminal degree, a PhD from Tulane University, and I have no loans whatsoever. And something that resonated with me, Dr. Mackey just said a few moments ago, is that you do have to not only have knowledge, but understanding that you too can get out here in the world and make a difference. And that someone is waiting for you to do whatever it is, a business, or come in and help them, or relay and represent. So having those representatives at Grambling State Universities, that means that one of my mentors, who is currently now the provost at Grambling State University, believed in me, helped me with anything I needed. And that's something else I want to impart to you today, is that if you need help, ask for it. People are here to help you, and they care for you. And that's their whole mission, is to make sure that you succeed in life. So after I graduated from Grambling State University, I did meet Dr. Mackey at Tulane University. I also met Hank Barr through a summer program. And just that experience alone at Tulane University with Dr. Mackey and Dr. Barr made me want to come to Tulane University and major in cellular and molecular biology for my master's. And I did so with a thesis. And then after my thesis, I continued and received my PhD in environmental biology. Now, something Dr. Mackey didn't tell you is that throughout that time at Tulane University, he had a session, a counseling session, where we would meet, all students of color would meet once a month and just have a session of like, how are we doing? And that's what I know about Dr. Mackey, is that he cares about you, even though he tries to be tough and whatnot, but he cares about you and he wants the best for you. And during those periods of time, when you're going through graduate school or when you have an advanced degrees, you need someone that's been there and done that and know that you're going to be great on the opposite end. And I just want to thank Dr. Mackey for that. I appreciate and always remember those sessions that we called them sort of vent sessions, but I greatly appreciate that. So here's the thing. So you're thinking about biology, you love biology, you're curious, you're interested in living organisms and how they work. Of course, we're talking about even with the human body, genetics and coding, and how do we do what we do, and how are living things even functioning? How do you go about doing that? And so right now you're in middle school and hadn't gotten quite to high school yet, but you have to be curious. You have to want to know about things and be serious about them and have a commitment. And I think that's something also I want to impart, to be committed, to make sure that you put every effort towards what you want to do. And if you don't know what you want to do, ask your parents and say, you know what, I'm really interested in this class. I'm really interested in this class. Can I go and seek more opportunities? Just like with STEM NOLA or Ochsner, they have summer programs. And so go and do engineering, like Dr. Mackey, he's an engineer straight up and down in everything that he is. And so why not go explore those opportunities early so that you will know before you get to your undergraduate institution, because you're going to college, just letting you know that you're going. You can think about it. You can say, no, I don't want to, but yes, you are, you're going to college. That's something that's going to happen. When you go to college, I want you to know what you're going to, your discipline is going to be in a major, because I want you to already have a outlook of yourself. So when I was an undergraduate, just tell you a little tidbit. When I was an undergraduate at Grambling, I actually had a bulletin board. And on that bulletin board, what I wrote was Dr. Melvina Martin. And so on that bulletin board was Dr. Melvina Martin. I knew that I was eventually going to be Dr. Melvina Martin, no matter what was coming my way. And so that gives you self-motivation. So as I wrap up, I just want to let you know that you can do it. There are people out there that's cheering for you and that's helpful for you, but also I want you to be able to speak up for yourself, ask for help if needed, and know that there are champions. And so working with STEM NOLA, working at Ochsner, I look forward to seeing you, because our team, Education and Community Outreach, literally wants to ensure that everyone in New Orleans and Baton Rouge and Grambling State University area have a quality education and safe environment. And we work towards that at Ochsner. And we look forward to continue partnering with STEM NOLA, and we look forward to partnering with the high schools here in New Orleans. And so if anyone sees me during the summer programs or any other programs at Ochsner, please come up and say hello. I look forward to meeting you and greeting you and speaking to you more about biologies. Have a wonderful activity and have fun. Thank you so very much.
Okay, how y'all doing? My name is Dr. Eric Griggs. I am a community medicine doctor at Access Health Louisiana. We do primary care. We're the doctors you go see. We have pediatricians because a lot of y'all are kids. But before I get started, I want to say a little surprise. Hi, Bree. Hi, Jock. Your daddy told me to tell you hello. That's my boy, Tukey. Yeah, I am the community medicine doctor at Access Health Louisiana, and I am a health educator for Fox 8 News. What that means is I teach health to a little bit of everybody. And I understand that we're going to be talking about senses and the eye. That's good, because my grandma said I didn't have much sense growing up, and I'm glad I learned about, no, we're not talking about that kind of sense? No? You sure? But, oh, we're talking about the senses. Senses. Oh, like hearing, tasting, feeling, sight, those type of things. And taste, I said taste. I said hearing. Oh, you know what? Smelling. Yeah, because everybody knows, because the good sense that my grandmother taught me, that we see with our mouth, right? And we smell with our ear? No. No? Are you sure? No. So wait, that's the other thing. That's right. We're talking about the eye. Oh, so we see with our eyes. Holy smokes and Batman. That's good. That's good. Because I got a knock-knock joke for you. Y'all ready? Knock, knock. Yeah. I don't know. I told you that's it. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all don't like my jokes. Y'all are booing me off the stage, and I just got here. So what's the difference between the eye and the eye that we're talking about? I'm going to take off my glasses. We're talking about the eyes. I want everybody to hold their eyes. These are your eyes. How many eyes do you have? Do you have one eye? Two? Yeah, well, yeah, Barry said he had 4. Me too, most of the time, right? No, we have 2 eyes. Do you know why we have 2 eyes? I want everybody to close one eye. And then I want you to try to touch your nose. And now open your eye. I want you to look at your finger when it comes. Cover the eye again and cover it. Oh, the reason that you have 2 eyes is for this thing called depth perception. That's why, unless you're as old as Dr. Mackey and you get old and your eyes go bad, you don't bump into walls, because you can't. It's called depth perception. Say that with me. Depth perception. That means how close things are. Now, if I were to ask you a question, I want everybody to show me your muscles. Muscles. Barry, you got to try harder than that. I don't see nothing but, oh. I didn't say stomach. I said muscles. Muscles. Show me your muscles. What is the fastest muscle in your body? Is it your feet? Your brain. My toes. The brain ain't your toes. Yeah. You got fast toes? Yeah, Believe it or not, your eyelids are your eye muscles are some of the fastest muscles in your body. The average person, you ready to do it? Because we're gonna do it afterwards. Blinks 4 to 5 times in 1 second. And I'm gonna count that. Macty said he's fast. I bet, yeah, I know you're fast. We're gonna see, Macty. We're gonna see Miss Macty Washington. We're gonna see how fast you are. We're gonna see how fast everybody is. I'm gonna count down I'm gonna count to 3, and then I'm gonna count to 1. And I want everybody to blink as fast as they can. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Now blink. I hit about 20. I was at 20. What you get? I don't. Did y'all see? You want me to do it again? Watch me. You want to watch me do it? You ready? 1, 2, 3. Watch me. That was 100. Y'all didn't see it? Y'all didn't see it? Your eye is an amazing, amazing, amazing organ in the body, and it's one of the most beautiful senses that you have. Sight is beautiful. Your eyes are the windows to the world. But let me tell you this, as a doctor, one of the coolest things I learned in medicine, your eye is one of the only places where you can actually look and see someone's brain. That's cool. Wait, hold on. When I hold this one up, say ooh. When I hold this one up, say ah. And when I do this, say ew. Yeah. That's good. Remember, your eyes are a really important part of the body. So I brought up the brain for a reason. Here's another cool fact, and I'm gonna hurry up so you can get to the activity, is that did you know that you don't actually see things with your eyes? Ooh, you see them with our brains. That's part of the reason we can, well, yeah, okay, y'all wanna ooh, ah? Ooh, yeah. One more time. Eyeball soup. Yeah. Another cool fact, the last cool fact is that we actually, just like your eye works like a camera, right? But because we see things with our brain has to process things. Did you know? Get ready, because you know what comes after this, that we actually see things upside down. I wish we did, because I'd have hair or something cover my head. I wouldn't be bald headed. You actually see things upside down, and it's flipped right side up. Isn't that cool? Y'all knew it was coming. Say it again. All right, now with that, I'm gonna end. I got one more joke. All right? Y'all ready? Huh? You had other jokes? Outside of the fact that Dr. Mackey is skinny. No, man, look me from the side. No, what did the letters say to the numbers? What did the letters say to the numbers?
7, 8, 9.
I see you. Oh, man, come on, man. That is so whack. That's so whack. All right, so I'm going to see myself out. But one thing I want you all to know is I'm really glad you're here with us doing this activity, learning about the senses. We're going to talk about sense science. We're going to talk about smelling, tasting, touching, seeing, and hearing. But most importantly, we're going to talk about the eye. And you're going to make an edible eyeball. But if you eat eyeballs, that's, even though these will be tasty. So I tell you what I see outside of seeing myself. Somebody said, boo. Hey, Javian, I'm going to tell your mama, you hear? You hear? Yeah. I'm going to close my eyes, act like you didn't even say that. What I do see in the future before I see myself out, I see a very bright future for all of y'all. You're beautiful, and thank you, even though y'all don't like my jokes. Next, we have Andrew Logan up, and he'll go over the activities with you. Andrew Logan from Dillard University, majoring in mass communications. What he said. From New Orleans. Bam.
Hey guys, my name is Andrew Logan. I'm a mass communications major from Dillard University, and I'll be here to go through the project today with you guys. And I'm really excited. We're gonna make us an edible eyeball, and we're also gonna taste some Skittles. Ooh. So first, we're gonna run through our agenda, which will be, we'll go through our vocabulary terms, our objectives, our activity questions, which we'll just take a picture of and keep them to our side. And then we'll go through the project, which will be sense science. We'll make an edible eyeball, and then we'll answer those activity questions. Are you guys excited? Yeah. All right. So our vocabulary terms today will be sense, which means the ability to convey specific types of external or internal stimuli to the brain and perceive them. Sclera, which is the white outer layer of the eyeball. Our optic nerve, which connects the eye to the brain. iris, which gives our eye its color and controls the size of the pupil. And then finally, our pupil, which is the opening in the center of the iris, which allows light to enter into our eyes. Isn't that quite interesting? All right, so our first question today will be, if nose equals smell, eyes equal seeing, and ears equal hearing, then what does taste equal to? Our options are tongue, skin, and hair. I'll give y'all a moment to think about it and then to answer one of those poll questions, one of the options. I hope y'all get it right. I'll tell y'all the answer in 1 second. The correct answer to this, are y'all ready? Is tongue. So 95% of you guys chose tongue, so that's pretty good. All right, so today our objectives will be, you guys will understand the meaning of terms sense, optic nerve, iris, and pupil, and learn how to apply them properly to our project. You will experiment with sense science and create an edible eyeball. So are you guys ready to jump into our activities? But first, we have a question, which is, what are we experimenting with today? So the options are rockets, biology, buoyancy, and density. So I'll give you guys a second to answer that question. Take a moment, guys. Don't rush. Don't think too hard, and give y'all the answer in 1 second. I hope y'all are having fun so far. I'm really excited. I was ready to hop into the thing. So the correct answer for that is biology. So 100% of you guys chose biology today. So that was really good. All right, so guys, these are the questions that I mentioned earlier. We're just going to take a picture of them, keep them to the side, take a screenshot, and we'll come back to them at the end. These 3 questions are, which of the 7 senses were tested in the sense science experiment? What does the optic nerve represent in the edible eyeball? And what does the pupil represent in the edible eyeball? So guys, just keep those questions to the side and we'll jump back to them in a second. All right, so we're gonna jump into our first project, first activity, which will be sense science. So I hope you guys are excited. All right, so today for sense science, we'll need a pack of Skittles or any other type of candy that you guys may have, M&Ms or just another candy with a lot of different flavors. So while y'all get that together, I will read the science behind this particular activity. Smelling and tasting are 2 of our 5 senses, which often work together. Our nose is the sensory organ we use to smell things. At the top of the inside of our nose are millions of tiny little hairs called cilia. When we sniff, we pull in more air and get more smell molecules up into the top of our noses to where they can attach to special sensors that determine the smell. Our tongue is the sensory organ we use to taste things. Our tongue uses taste buds or sensor cells to determine the type of food and send taste signals to our brains. So I hope that you guys have all your materials ready for our project today. So our first step, guys, we're gonna take some of our Skittles. We're gonna open it up. We're gonna dump all of our Skittles out onto a plate or onto the top of the bag, whichever one works for you guys better. So from here, we're gonna do this step 3 particular times, but we're gonna close our eyes. We're gonna take a Skittle. I'm gonna just close mine. I'm gonna show y'all which one I picked. I'm gonna show y'all. We're gonna taste it. So everybody got their Skittle. And then we're gonna taste it. I'm gonna try to guess which one it is. I think it was apple. So y'all tell me if I was right or if I was wrong. Hopefully I was correct. So we're gonna complete this step 2 more times. We're gonna complete this step 2 more times. So we're gonna find another Skittle on the plate, guys. Close our eyes, get it in our fingers like this. I'll show y'all mine. And then we're gonna taste it. Now this one tastes a little bit more like apple. So I'm gonna go with apple. So hopefully I was right. Y'all tell me if I was correct. Okay, so guys, we're gonna complete this step one last time. Gonna get it 2 out of 3. Show y'all the Skittle, and then we're gonna taste it. And I know this one because it's my favorite, and it's cherry. It's the red one. So how was that? How many of them did y'all get right? Perfect, guys. So we're gonna do this one more time, but this time we're gonna close our nose. So we're gonna pick up a Skittle, and then we're gonna close our nose like this. And whenever we close our nose, we're gonna see what it does to our taste buds. So we're gonna put our Skittle in. Let's try to taste it. Crunch down on it. I can't taste nothing, y'all. Nothing. And that's because we closed our nose. Whenever we close our nose, it cancels out all of our taste buds. So that was our first activity. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And then we're gonna jump into doing our next one, which is fun. It's the edible eyeball. All right. So for our edible eyeball, today we will need 1 large marshmallow, 1 Twizzler or Sour Patch straw, a gummy lifesaver or a gummy worm, 1 chocolate chip or a piece of chocolate that you can just kind of break up and represent something, and then some icing so that we can get it all to stick onto the marshmallow. So while y'all take a moment and get those items together, I'm going to read the science behind this particular activity. There are essential components of your eye and brain that allow you to see images. Together, these parts make up your vision. Visual perception is the ability to interpret the surrounding environment using light in the visible spectrum reflected by the objects in the environment. Important parts of the eye, such as the lens, retina, and optic nerve, all allow you to transform light into electrical senses. So we have a lot of different things in our eyeballs that allow us to see things and how we're able to see it. So today, guys, our marshmallow will represent our sclera. Our Twizzler, which will represent our optic nerve. Our gummy lifesaver is going to represent our iris. And then our chocolate chip is going to represent the pupil. So are you guys ready to get started with our project? Give you guys 1 more second to kind of get y'all materials together, and then we're going to start. I hope y'all are having fun. I'm having a lot of fun. Give y'all about 5 more seconds, and then we're going to jump into this particular project. Okay. So first, we're going to find us a good marshmallow with a good flat bottom like this. We're going to take it, going to get us some scissors to open up our icing. And we're going to take our marshmallow and we're going to put some icing on it, right on the top. Not too much, just enough for our lifesaver to stick right on top. So boom. So red is my favorite color. So I'm going to take red, a lifesaver, or if you have like a gummy worm, you can use 2 of them to kind of make a circle. So we're going to take our lifesaver here and we're going to stick it right on top, kind of smush it down a little bit so that it can stick, just like that. And then we're going to double back with our icing and we're going to squeeze some right into the middle of our lifesaver. And then we're going to take our chocolate chip, or if you have a chocolate bud or a chocolate piece that we can put right here in the middle, because this is going to represent I'm going to flip it. I'll get another. Okay. Just like this. Squeeze it good and down right in the middle. Okay. So a recap, guys, of what we did. We took our plain marshmallow like this. We put some icing on the top. And then we took our a lifesaver or a gummy worm. You can use 2 of them to kind of create 2 semicircles to make a whole circle. Then we set it on top with our icing. And then we took a chocolate chip and we put some more icing first right in the middle. And then we kind of stuck it down in there, just like so. So you guys' eyeballs should look just like this. I'm gonna use this one so I can kind of play with it a little bit more, but just like this. All right, so next we are going to take our Twizzler out of our pack. Sorry. And give it a little cut and sit it to the side so that we can get our marshmallow ready for our Twizzler. So I'm gonna take a stick, or you guys can take maybe a pair of scissors, get you guys' parents to help you out. But what we're gonna do is basically create a hole at the back or bottom of our marshmallow. So I'm gonna stick this skewer in. I'm gonna kind of create a little hole like such. It's okay to get a little aggressive with your marshmallow. And then I'm just gonna take my fingers like this and kind of spread my hole open a little bit. Just like this. So y'all should have an open hole at the bottom. Gonna run back, y'all. Just remember, take your skewer, stick it in there real good and kind of move in circular motions. And then once you do that for a second, you can take your 2 thumbs and kind of separate it a little bit. All right, so once we've done that, we're gonna take a little bit of icing and squeeze it down in there, just a little. And then we're gonna take the end of our Twizzler that we set to the side a moment ago, and we're gonna stick it right here into the back of our marshmallow, and then just kind of use your thumbs to squeeze it back around so that it can be all nice and tight in there. So after you guys have completed that step, we're done. You guys have made an edible eyeball that you can enjoy after this. I'm gonna give y'all a second to kind of finish up and perfect your eyeball. And then I'll run through the whole thing again just real quick so that you guys can know all that we did today. So basically today, guys, we took a marshmallow. We added some icing on the top, like so. And then we took a lifesaver, or like I said, y'all, a gummy bear or a gummy worm. We stuck it on top. We used our chocolate chip, stuck it in the middle. And then from there, y'all, remember we created the hole at the bottom. We opened it up with our thumbs, and then we stuck our Twizzler in there. So just a little recap, guys. The marshmallow, which is here, look at our eyes or at your parents' eyes, and the marshmallow represents the sclera. So it's the white part around our eyeball. And then our gummy lifesaver represents the iris. Our Twizzler, which is at the back, represents the optic nerve. And then our chocolate chip, which is right in the middle, represents our pupil. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this project today. Don't forget to take some pictures, guys. I want to see what y'all's eyeballs look like. So make sure that y'all get some good pictures and send them over to webinar@stemnola.com. So guys, we're going to jump back into those questions from earlier. The first question is, which of the 7 senses were tested in the sense science experiment? The 3 options are taste, air, and flavor. I'm gonna give y'all a moment, guys, and just kind of remember what we did today. We played with marshmallows and chocolate chips and gummy worms. And so the correct answer to this question is taste. So the correct answer of that was taste. So 95% of you guys got that right. So that was pretty good, guys. Our next
Give me
question
the heart.
is, what
Where's
does
the
the
heart they had
optic
up?
nerve represent in the eyeball? So our three options are the marshmallow, toothpick, or the Twizzler. So remember which part of our eyeball we use to represent the optic nerve. We're going to give y'all a second to answer that question. Remember to tap into the poll. And the correct answer to this question is the Twizzler. So remember, we had the Twizzler at the back to represent our optic nerve. So we have one more question from today, and that is, what does the pupil represent in the edible eyeball? So the three options are the Twizzler, the chocolate chip, or the toothpick. So now y'all know it can't be the Twizzler because we just used that one in the question before. So just think about what we use today and answer to the best of you guys' ability. And the answer to that question is the chocolate chip. So we use the chocolate chip right here in the middle to represent our pupil. All right, so guys, don't forget, do you guys have any questions for me today? And don't forget to take some good pictures and send them right on over to webinar@stemnola.com so that you guys can possibly be featured next week in the next STEM NOLA at home section. All right, so we're gonna bring it back over to Dr. Mackey, guys. Thank y'all for having me. I had a good time, and hopefully you guys had a good time making y'all's project.
Give it up for Andrew. Way to go, Andrew. Parents, we want you all to know at STEM NOLA, we believe we've created a high-functioning STEM community. A high-functioning STEM community is child-centered, adult-governed, elder rule. Everything we do is focused on our K-12 students. The adults in our community are our college students that we pay as college interns. And you just saw Andrew Logan from Dillard University, who's one of our excellent interns. And then we surround the college students with STEM professionals. You met Dr. Melvina Martin today, and you met Dr. Eric Griggs. Where can you go and get all of that within an hour? You met Dr. Eric Griggs, what he didn't tell you. Javen, he was messing with you, but Dr. Eric Griggs is from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He's from North Carolina like you. He attended Notre Dame University, where he played football for Notre Dame. Boo, Notre Dame, go LSU. And after he left Notre Dame, he went to Tulane University, where he got his MD, and now he's in medical medicine. And then thank you to Dr. Martin, who got a PhD, got a BS from Grambling, but she got a PhD from Tulane University. I don't know what more exposure you can have in one day. Just seeing the fact that you are exposed to these people made my heart feel real good. Again, send pictures to webinar@stemnola.com. Next Thursday at 4 p.m., we're going to have rockets. Now, Rocket Day is kind of hype. I hope we have a rocket engineer from Boeing or somewhere, but I know we're going to go outside and shoot a rocket for you. Also, what's coming up, they're moving me along. Keelan, don't want me, she moved me along. Saturday, when is this? Tuesday? This Tuesday night, we have a special STEM night with one of our sponsors. You get to meet engineers and scientists from Chevron from all over the country. STEM kit can be picked up or shipped. So if y'all want to participate this Tuesday night, go to STEMNOLA.com and register. There's only a limited number of spots. And this is a way that Chevron wanted to partner with us to engage their employees in the communities. Parents, it's great when our young people can meet people in these great careers and then imagine themselves in it. So tell your friends Saturday night. This coming Saturday in Baton Rouge, sponsored by Shell, we're going to have the power of chemistry, and everyone is going to make a chemical clock. Let me show you. After we learn about chemical reactions, everyone get to make a chemical clock like this. And it actually works, right? We have copper and nickel, we have vinegar water, and the electrons float and the clock works. And it really shows you about electrochemistry. And then STEM Gulf Coast, if you live along the southern Gulf Coast, Gulfport, Biloxi, Pensacola, Mobile. I got to say Moss Point because that's where my boy is from. Fort Walton Beach, Panama City, Destin, all of that. If you're along the Gulf Coast, DOD have given us $1 million a year to make sure that we expand what we're doing. And we can't wait till this COVID is over so we can get in a truck and come do STEM in your community. But for right now, spread the word to your friends. We're always looking for more people. Then, May 1st, we have the DOD STEM Shreveport, and that's going to be hearts, right? Nobody listening to me, but we're going to do hearts in circulation, and we're going to have Dr. Eric Griggs to do his little heart dance, and then we're going to have somebody dissect a sheep heart for you, and then you're going to build your own mechanical heart that operates with these syringes, and you have food coloring, and then you have your oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So you make a heart, and then you can explain to your parents why you should stop eating all that bacon and stuff. In Minneapolis, on May 1st, we're doing heart and circulation. So if you're in the Minneapolis area, in STEM NOLA, registration open April 24th, May 8th, if you're in the New Orleans area, Javen, you're in North Carolina, my friends in Tennessee, if you're in Tennessee, you can sign up. So STEM NOLA is open to the entire country. Okay, so thank you all. I know it was a heavy day today. Send me some pictures of your eyes. That's kind of spooky to me. I'm an engineer. I don't like that biology stuff, so I'd rather see the pictures. But tell your friends. See you next week. See you on the STEM Saturday. Continue to innovate, create, and make. I'm Dr. Calvin Mackey. Have a good day.